Welcome back to another episode of the FireStorm Podcast. Today, or in one of the past recent days, Trent returned from the voyage of a lifetime to Moonland, Japan, land of the rising sun. Sorry, not Moonland, where they speak Moon language. Where they speak Moon language there.
I think it was the Moon language. I tried to learn it, and I ended up just talking in Moon language for like 10% of the time, and I have started using chopsticks at home, and my family thinks I'm weird.
Oh man.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole ordeal.
It gets like super anal about like people using chopsticks correctly. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, they can't break that shit properly. If they break it wrong, I just look at them and sigh disapprovingly now. It's like a
disappointed Asian dad when his child gets a B on a test.
I've adapted disappointing Asian dad culture into my daily life, and it's ruining me. But yes, I am back. I've returned from the humble land of Japan, and I'm happy to be back. It was a lot of fun, but I'm happy to also be home. Home is nice. So, what did you do during the 2.5 weeks I was in another country?
I've been just working on the Pokemon album a bunch. I'm getting pretty close, reasonably close to finishing it all up. So, that's going pretty well. Of course, I've been relentlessly reading One Piece, which I'm about 3/4 of the way through now. And the big thing that happened that I haven't really talked about, but is kind of interesting, I got sued.
Really now?
Yeah, wow. And it's not for the reason you're thinking. It's not because I submitted a cover unlicensed to distribution stores to earn money from it. It's not because of that.
Wow, shit. This is the first I'm hearing of this. Okay.
Yes, so because I didn't really tell anyone about it, and thankfully nothing has really come out of it. It's I won't actually have to take a lot of action. So, what happened, I don't know if I ever talked about this. I feel like I must have at some point, but about 1.5 years ago, in July of 2021, I hit the back of someone else's car and got into a little minor accident. So it didn't really damage my car at all. My car still works fine, and the body repairs cost under $1,000. So it was a reasonably cheap repair, and the engine or nothing like that was damaged at all. So it really wasn't even worth talking about. And really, the other car that I ran into was a lot bigger than my puny little Honda Fit. So I didn't even really do that much damage to her car either. But she was like a middle-aged lady. And so that kind of happened, and she was obviously a little upset because getting into a wreck is time-consuming. You have to call the fucking police and get everything sorted out. It's a mess.
Yeah.
But so that happened in July of 2021, and so the lady has sued me for personal injury because of that incident.
Wow.
So yeah, she wasn't injured. She was walking around just fine after the accident. So she wasn't actually injured at all. But I've been told, thankfully my parents were very, very active on this. You know, I just moved out. I'm still basically a fucking child. My parents have been really active in helping me out with this, and the insurance company just told them, yeah, this kind of shit happens all the time. Basically, what she's trying to do is get about 10 grand out of my insurance company. Because, like, I have accident coverage. So because of that, she can like sue me with like her insurance company and basically get money out of my insurance company just because, like, for no reason at all, like because I was at fault.
It's right? literally just a way to get extra money out of this long, arduous process by lying.
Exactly.
And saying, Yeah, I've heard of this story a million times. A lot of people.
So it's not a huge deal. But that was so she's gonna like go through with it and everything, and like it was funny because I moved out pretty recently, so my parents got the paperwork in the mail.
Great.
I haven't I haven't actually officially changed my address or anything. So as far as the government is concerned, I still live with my parents. But yeah, so the paperwork came into mom and dad's mailbox, and they were like, "Gus, what the hell is this?" I'm like,
You've been moved out for 2 weeks. What have you done? What the fuck have you done?
Yeah, literally. And so it was wild, but thankfully it's getting taken care of. So because I was pissed when mom first texted me about that, because I was like, what the hell? This happened in summer of 2021, you know?
Yeah.
But Virginia, their law says that they can, anyone can sue people in an accident for up to 2 years after the accident occurs. So around July of this year, she wouldn't have been able to sue me anymore. But since she's doing it now, she can, and she's going to get that money out of my insurance company, which is just stupid, but whatever. It's just another fucking Karen being stupid, you know?
Yeah, so either the insurance company caves, or I think the insurance company on your behalf can say, no. Is that the situation, or do you have to say no?
Well, the insurance company is just going to take care of it. Originally I was going to have to, show up to court and shit, and get a lawyer, but I believe they can just settle everything by just giving her the money. So,
that's unfortunate that it is that simple to make that sort of thing happen. I've heard of a lot of similar stories like that, especially happening here, and people will claim ridiculous injuries for minor accidents, and it's just I can't twist my neck, I'm constantly living in pain, and you watch you watch them for more than 2 hours and they're completely fine. It's all just extra. Oh damn! I wish I could get some more money out of this.
It's all baloney.
Yeah,
basically.
a lot of it's baloney. I've heard of this happening multiple times, and typically the insurance company, they will just settle it and take care of it, so that I don't have to worry about legal costs. And well, I'm glad that your company's taking care of it. But it's a shame that she decided to go through with that.
It's just fucking stupid. Yeah, it's just fucking stupid.
It's very dumb.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the big thing that happened to me. But yeah, and then for funsies, just a quick update. I actually have a tentative release date for the Pokemon album, which is pretty big. Yeah. It's going to be May 22nd is the day I'm planning to release it, which is actually, in canon, Ash's birthday.
Yo!
So there you go. Yep.
That's pretty sick. Just after he retires as well. What timing?
Literally, yeah. It's almost like I planned it, almost.
It's amazing.
Holy shit.
Stand My Ground was a banger, by the way. I loved that
Thank you. That was a bit of a... That was something a style like that I always wanted to try. It took me a while to figure out how I wanted to do a lot of the vocal lines. One of the things, just by the way, this is something we probably would have talked about off the podcast, but we could talk about it here. It doesn't matter. I'm thinking what would be fun is after the album comes out, we can do an album review of it, and I'll just give all the lore.
Yeah, and I'll harshly judge every single one of your songs.
Yeah, you can harshly judge it, and I'll give all the backstory to all the different songs.
Yeah, you give me a 20-minute breakdown. I'll be like, okay, but this part was shit. And exactly. I'm down for that. That'll be funny. It's just we're reviewing this guy. I've never heard of him before.
Some guy, Silver Storm.
Silver Storm
sounds like a piece of shit.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how I feel. But let's go into it. Yeah,
this makes me Caleb Hyles bad. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, man. I love that we literally have two ongoing jokes. One of them's Richard Anderson, and the other one's being cancelled by Caleb Hyles.
That's the only jokes we have that have any staying power.
No, I'm down for that. That'd be fun.
That'd be good.
I think that'd be pretty funny. All right. Yeah. So. That's
Japan.
A lot of interesting stuff, but Japan was also rather interesting.
Yeah, cool, but I went to Japan.
Okay.
Scrub.
Cool. but I left the country. I got deported. No.
Beat that.
Yeah, me and my buddy Jaden, we went to Japan for just around 2.5 weeks. We went to Tokyo for 9 days, Kyoto for 3 days, and Osaka for 3 days. Yeah, we stayed in Ginza in Tokyo, and we tried to make it. I was basically in charge of the thing because, like, I drafted this whole list of things that we wanted to do.
You just kind of dragged Jagan along.
Well, he's never traveled before, so he didn't really know the process of everything and like how to. He wasn't really sure, so he was more than happy to leave it up to me, and I wanted to do my best to like fit everything he wanted to do in, and we did most of it. We did a pretty good job. I might even bring up the list. So yeah, we started off in Ginza. The Tokyo hotel was probably the shittest out of all of them. Not gonna lie. It was It was a bit mid and like small. We were just stuck next to each other in single beds. And also, I'm gonna like fully disclose this now. Since you disclose you're being sued, I'm going to disclose this as well. We lied to an Australian airline in order to get cheaper tickets. So I'm just adjusting the chair.
Hell yeah!
So we have a airline company over here called Qantas. They're rather big. They own other airlines as well. They work with a few like retail stores and do like these frequent flyer points. Like, you know, you got flying points as well. I'm sure like American Airlines and all that have that sort of thing as well.
Yep.
And you can share frequent flyer points between family members, and you can redeem them to get cheaper tickets. So what we did was that my parents and my aunt gave me a bunch of their points so I could get these really cheap tickets to Japan, and travel insurance covered as well. However, you could only redeem the points on other family members or partners. So I had to lie to Qantas and say Jaden was my boyfriend in order to get cheap tickets.
Hell yeah.
So, like, and we were discussing it, like, there's no way they can make us prove that we're gay. Like, what are they going to say? Like, what? Prove you're de facto partners. So we were just like, what? We'll fucking make out on the runway if we have to? Like, what do you want us to do?
Exactly.
So we were just like, yeah, fuck it. Let's just... Like,
if it comes down to that...
no. Like,
then I guess we will.
I'll tongue punch your fart box right here now. Just in the airport, just to prove a point.
Drop them.
Drop their pants, boy. But
spread your cheeks.
So we were like a bit cautious, like, will we get in trouble? But like literally nothing happened. They didn't care. So yeah,
I can't imagine any of those airport personnel get paid enough to give a shit.
No, exactly. Like, it's who honestly gives a fuck? If they turn around at the end of this and say, "Fuck." you scammed us, like, hey, you scam us. You scam us every day with your prices, Qantas. Fuck off.
Literally.
So yeah, that was kind of funny. We got there pretty late on the 12th of February, and I had to go through all this thing to like get the rail passes and stuff. Like, I ordered the rail passes and booked in all the hotels ahead of time, so I felt pretty organized. It was quite nice. Because you know me, I like to be ahead of schedule with things. I like to be prepared.
Yep.
So we didn't have the rail passes for a day. We spent the first day wandering around, and we went to Tokyo Tower. That's what we did. We climbed Tokyo Tower. It was rather cool. I spoke to a nice Swedish couple that took a funny photo of us in front, like doing gang symbols in front of this anime cardboard cutout. It was really funny. So I thought that was quite hilarious. Yeah, Tokyo Tower was nice. You just get a nice view of all of Tokyo, and it was like 20 or so minute walk away from our hotel, so it was quite convenient. One thing I know a lot of people will ask about is like getting around and stuff, and it is rather convenient. A lot of, like, most of the train lines, if like they don't have English words under the Japanese symbols, they do have like very easy like automatic system that you just press the buttons. Like, if you know what number rail station you're going to, yeah, it's really easy and it's cheap.
Yeah,
a lot of things are cheap. It's I'm gonna miss the convenience of easy travel and vending machines. That shit, they were lifesavers.
Bro, they got vending machines for anything you'd ever want.
Yes, we didn't find a lot of... Okay, we found a kind of wacky vending machine in Akihabara, but most...
Did you find any of the panties vending machines?
Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, I did not see any panty vending machines.
Damn.
Actually, no! Tell a lie. I saw one, but it was in a not-safe-for-work shop, so that would be the reason why. It was kind of funny. Yeah, Akihabara was the whole thing. It was a whole thing.
I just know whenever I end up in Akihabara, I'm just gonna go full degenerate mode and just like buy a bunch of really dumb shit. Like, just splurge
really
my load everywhere, but splurge my money on shit that I haven't, like, should not buy. You know?
It is really easy to do that. One funny thing, we made a comparison at the end. Our last stop was Osaka, and we stayed in Nippon Nashi or something like that. And we were like right around the corner from this giant street with an Animate store and a bunch of other small statue stores and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And that felt more like a weeb city than Akihabara did. Because Akihabara is a mixture of weeb stuff and electronic stores. So you'll see like a giant electronic store selling phones and like extension cords and shit like that. And then you will see a little anime store, and then it would be like the first floor is just like
a store full of anime tits. Like
buttons, pins, and shit like that. And then you go on to the second floor, and then there's just giant inflated tits just on the fucking wall. So like there were a lot of not safe for work stores in Akihabara. It was quite the experience. It was. I took a lot of photos, like, even though you're not meant to, and it was just hilarious. Like, I got a few clips for this vlog I'm gonna make, and I'm gonna have to blur like the entire screen. Like, there's no way around it. But yeah, like, first day, climbed Tokyo Tower. It was pretty cool. It was a nice view. Second day,
I actually have a vague idea of some of the stuff you've been talking about, because I played Persona 5. That takes place in Tokyo. And I think, as far as I understand, it's a pretty accurate map of like where stuff is. So like a lot of the hotspots I actually kind of know about because of that.
There you go.
Like, I was gonna say, the only view I've ever seen from Tokyo Tower is the one from Persona. So it's impressive in that game too.
Well,
like, even in the game, it's like Akihabara. It's not like there's a maid cafe in the game, but it's mostly where you go to buy like technology shit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, there were a ton of fucking maid cafes, dude, and we ignored all of them. We ignored, because I keep being told. I've been told so many times, like, the maid cafes are there so you, like, spend your money on mid-food and maybe watch a little dance, and that's about it.
It's probably too expensive for what it is, yeah.
Yeah, and, like, but there's always, like, at least one maid from each store, like, out the front or, like, across the road, trying to hand out flyers and trying to convince people.
Oh, so
like,
you can still talk. You can still talk to maids. All right, cool.
Yeah, they're just
That's
there,
best.
just like, and they're trying to convince you to come into their mediocre store and eat probably not good food. Yeah, it's really funny. Just standing there speaking Japanese. Like, not a lot of them try to speak to us because obviously we were foreigners. They knew we wouldn't understand what they were saying. But like, I'm trying to imagine just a guy that lives in Japan and like every few days he like goes to a
He's on his way back from work. He's got no wife. Just like that kind of shit.
Yeah. I'll go to a maid cafe today. Yeah.
I worked hard today.
I worked hard. I want to look at some skirts. Like, I don't know, like some dresses.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, no,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the day after Tokyo Tower, we got our rail passes. We went to Tokyo Station and exchanged those.
Okay, got it.
That was easy. We also went to the Imperial Gardens East, like the Imperial Palace East Gardens. The palace itself isn't really open, but the East Gardens are free admission. You can go in, and it was really cool. It was nice looking around the gardens. It was
hell yeah,
very nice place, and we were very lucky to see a cherry blossom tree in bloom early. So I didn't think I was going to be able to see one, but we did, and like tons of people were taking photos of it just because it was like, what the fuck? How is this happening? How is this possible?
Yeah.
And we managed to get a few good ones. A lot of the times, like a tourist, like you could tell. The one thing that really tripped me out is that like I'm used to whenever I go on holiday, I'm used to seeing a bunch of tourists as well as locals. But in Japan, it was very rare to see tourists like outside of the obviously touristy places. Just like walking down the street, I'd expect to see a few tourists wandering around, but I rarely did. So the odd time we did, we kind of like flocked together because like like we saw some tourists there, and they were like, "Oh, could you take a photo of me in front of the tree, like for us?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure. Can you do the same for us?" So yeah, that was just easy. That was nice. But yeah, getting to see an actual cherry blossom tree, like, damn. I was...
That's dope.
I thought it was sick. Yeah, the day after that, we had a planned day trip to Mount Fuji. That was sick. It was my first time seeing snow.
Let's go.
Never seen snow. Like
that's Australia for you.
Yeah, I know. This one picture on my Discord profile you see now, that's me like being snowed on, and it was like the hardest image that came out of the fucking trip. Just a picture of me standing in front of snow.
He's like, yeah, what up, bitch?
What up, motherfucker? The trip was pretty good.
To drop some fire on a beat.
About to drop the hottest beat of 2023.
Exactly.
Yeah, the trip was good. The point of the trip was that you're meant to go across one of the lakes on a ferry. And
How did you go up? How did you go up? Like up Mount Fuji? Did you get like on a car or something?
On a bus. On a bus.
On a bus.
We didn't like we got close to the bottom. Like the view we had was really good. Like we didn't really go up, and we got close to the bottom, and it was cool. We one of the stops we had an immaculate view of Mount Fuji. We got some good photos. I smashed a giant ball of ice, and it was really funny. I kind of want to send you the video. Actually, there's no audio. There's no audio to it, but I thought it was hilarious. I don't know, like it was that literally. Hey,
if it's your first time seeing snow, that kind of shit is gonna like it's gonna be amusing. Like we've all been there.
Alrighty. Hopefully, this will send in quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've gone up like when I've gone out on like vacations and stuff to other states where they have huge fucking mountains. The one I remember, I think we did like take a bus up to the top and then we like rode our bikes down, and it was terrifying because like one wrong move and you're actually just fucking dead. But yeah, like I don't know why. Like for some reason, I thought you were gonna walk like up to the top of Mount Fuji. I was like, that is actually stupid. I'm not gonna say that.
No, like I'm not fit enough to climb Mount Fuji. I one day want to.
Yeah, that was hard.
Yeah, I know. Like, I one day want to, but that's going to be quite far in the future. Actually, funnily enough, I think all the walking and I'll be straight up. I'm not going to dwell on the fact I got food poisoning because it sucked. But yeah, like the last day in Kyoto, I ate like a curry udon. And I think that's what fucked me up. Because the next day I was feeling a bit unwell. I still went to the thing we had planned. And then the day after that, I just threw up. Like, badly. It was fucking rough. And I spent most of the time in Osaka in the hotel room. So I'm not going to dwell on that. But because of that and all the walking, because on average I did between 10,000 and 30,000 steps every day. Like, we did a lot of fucking walking. But because of all that, and, like, eating less, and then throwing my guts up the last few days, I actually lost 7 kilos throughout the whole trip. So
Holy
I'm like,
shit.
I'm on a roll. I'm keeping that up. I'm just eating less and walking more now.
There you
because
go.
I'm like, I want to keep that up. That's pretty cool.
If it works, right?
No, it does. It really does. But yeah, Mount Fuji was excellent. I might even chuck a few photos in this video while I'm at it. But I'm probably going to make a big vlog compiling all the clips I've taken. So keep an eye out for that. But that was quite an experience. Mount Fuji was nice. The ferry was also very cool. But by the time we got onto the ferry, it got a bit more misty. And we couldn't actually see Mount Fuji from it. So that kind of sucked. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. And, that was pretty good. Next day, we went to Shinjuku. A lot of people love Shinjuku. I thought it was pretty cool. I got to see the shrine and the staircase that appears at the end of Your Name. I loved that. Like, one of the few anime movies that I've gone out of my way to watch and really, really loved. So, I thought, it's just going to be a staircase. Like, not a lot of people will care about it. But there were still, like, 20 different people there getting photos, doing the poses and shit. And I'm like, okay, I guess Your Name is still well known, like, is still popular to this day. So that's pretty sick. That was cool. We went to a cat cafe, because why the fuck not?
Yep.
So we just, like, had a coffee and just sat and pet cats. It was cute.
That rules.
Pretty nice. And then we went to Golden Guy and got absolutely fucking blasted.
Wasted.
Got fucking destroyed. It was
wasted.
Awesome. We wanted to do it again, but we were that fucking hungover the next day. We Golden Guy, it's like 3 streets all connected, all with mini bars in them. And it opens from like 5 o'clock, from 5 p.m. And we only actually went to 2 bars. First one we went to because they said foreigner friendly and like all you can drink for 2 hours for 5,000 yen for something like that. So we were like, fuck it, we'll take advantage of that. We went in. It was just imagine this bar countertop, which is like half a rectangle, and then the room is just a little bit bigger than the bar itself. There's only one entrance and exit, which is this cramped staircase, and on the other end of the half rectangle is a toilet. So like, it was cramped. There was already 3 Japanese blokes in there, and also you can smoke inside in most places, so they were smoking. We went in. We talked to the barmaid a little bit, and she was trying her best to understand English. She was very nice, and we used a translation app to talk to her. Like, do you guys get many earthquakes? Like, how's business normally like? And she was really nice. And then this one motherfucker just walks in by himself, starts like flirting with the barmaid and making her laugh heaps, and he's just a funny bitch. He's already been drinking. And then he comes up to us and starts talking. He's actually pretty decent with English. And he buys us drinks. So we're there, and we're like, we've already got free drinks coming, but thank you. So we're drinking like rum and coke and like highballs and shit. They love highball.
Fuck yeah.
So we're just drinking. This dude, funniest motherfucker. His name was Now, and
this guy.
Yeah, and I really want to find the clip of where he's just making fun of car companies. And I don't know why. Like he's fucking blasted, but he literally is just like fuck Mitsubishi, awesome. Fuck Honda, fuck that. And I'm like, what about
just
Toyota?
Just a wasted Japanese man, fucking talking shit. That's
exactly,
awesome.
Exactly. And I'm like, what about Toyota? And then he just looks at me like, Toyota, okay, Toyota. And I don't know why. Toyota, okay. And we were curious because at that point we were so enthralled with Japan. We were almost like, bro, we could like imagine living here. Like it would be so easy to live here. Like we were at that point already.
It would be so easy. Yeah.
And then so we started asking him some questions, and like how much the things cost, like how much is it to get a house, and like he's like, oh, like I'm a plasterer. I can't really say how much I make, but I make like 20,000 a day, so like $200 a day, and we're like, that's pretty fucking good. And like a house was not that ridiculous, like 500,000 or something like that. Yeah. And we're like, damn, like that's pretty sick. So we got drunk with him, and then I got some clips of him, and I asked for a photo with him, and he like pretended to give me a kiss.
I saw that. Yeah, that's a good one.
That was, and then we fucking lost our shits laughing. He was so funny, and then he left. He actually we smoked ciggies with him. Actually, like I'm not a smoker usually. Yeah. Like I don't smoke at all. Like I don't even like I vaped for about a month, and then I stopped because I hurt my throat. So I stopped. But like he offered us ciggies, and Jade and I just looked at each other like, why not? And
I mean, in that scenario, what do you do, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we're just there smoking ciggies with Now, fucking like having drinks, and then I think we had like 6 or 7 drinks there, and then he left, and I was really upset when he left because we like got no contact info, nothing. He was just appeared for like an hour and a half and then disappeared, and he was the fucking best dude. So then we left.
He'll forever remain shrouded in mystery.
Now a funny guy. I have clips of him. I gotta find them, but he was amazing.
What a guy.
So yeah, after that we went to a different bar. It's like I think it was called like death metal or like hell bar or something. I don't know. I actually followed them on Twitter because the bartender, the owner, is actually really funny. Yeah, Deathmatch in Hell. That's what it's called. Deathmatch in Hell. How fucking hardcore is that? Yeah, so we went there, and we went there just as it opened, so we were the first ones. We were already 7 drinks in. We sat down at these stalls, and this guy has decked his bar out to be, like, fully metal, hardcore rock aesthetic. It's like skulls and blood on the walls and like old horror movie posters and shit, and he's badass. Like lined the bar top with VHS tapes of old movies, and I remember we could tell immediately we were going to have a good time because we went in and we sat there, we ordered a drink each, and Jaden noticed there was a VHS tape with fucking Hulk Hogan on it, so it was like an old Hulk Hogan movie. And we're like, oh shit, you have a Hulk Hogan movie. And then he picks it up and says, yes, sex tape. And we're like, yo!
Hey, barkeep, throw that in.
Put it on. So we're like, yo, this motherfucker's got the Hulk Hogan sex tape.
Let's go.
Hold on a sec. I just need to quickly get a different chair. My chair's being a bitch. Hold on.
That is so based. Holy shit.
I literally put in a clamp to stop it from sinking because it's out of gas, and it didn't work. It keeps sinking. Anyway, so yeah, we could tell immediately we're gonna have a good time. This girl enters. Her name's Seiko. She sat next to me near the end of the bar. And like as well as all the aesthetic, like he had a few like figures and like little swords and stuff like that, like anime swords, and then he had 2 little box TVs playing different horror movies, and the one closest to us was playing The Evil Dead, And I've never seen The Evil Dead with Bruce Campbell or Bruce, whatever the fuck his name is. But Jaden did. And I remember Jaden saying, "Oh, why the fuck is Evil Dead playing? It's such a shit movie." And the bartender was like, No, I love the movie. I love it. And so we were talking about Evil Dead.
I was like, whatever you say, man.
And then this Seiko was just sitting with us. She had a drink or two, and then I started talking to her, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, we're from Australia," and she was joining in our conversation, talking to the barkeep. And then, like, I don't know why, just at some point, I just looked at the Evil Dead movie, and this really funny scene came on where, like, this possessed chick is tied to a chair. And then Bruce Campbell just, like, walks on screen, and the shot is from, like, behind where she's sitting on the chair, so you see the back of her head, and you see the top of Bruce Campbell's head. He just walks on scene, and it's like this 20-second shot of him just slapping and beating the shit out of this chick tied to the chair, and she's just laughing it off, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? This is so shit. Like, I start reacting like I'm on fucking YouTube. Like this is fucking terrible. Like, what is going on? And Seiko thought it was the funniest shit. She was losing her fucking mind laughing at me giving this movie shit. And she wanted to get a photo with us, so Jaden took a photo of us. I think I got them on my phone. I'll send them. So she wanted a photo with us, and then
I believe you sent them to me already. I think I have them.
Okay, yeah, and this entire time, for some reason during the trip, like Jaden showed me a few clips from this really dumb YouTuber called I forgot what his name is. He calls himself Fulcrum or something like that. And his whole gimmick is that he gets high at locations he's not meant to get high at. So like one of his videos is just like getting obliterated in a Wendy's or something like that. And he gets fucking just
getting
dumb shit like that.
Obliterated in a Wendy's.
Yeah, just dumb
Holy
shit like that. And his whole gimmick is that he says, "I am the original Fulcrum. Fulcrum, come in. Yeah, Yodi gang." And then he does a bunch of dumb shit, and then he says, "Oh, cheers, my friend." And then he, like, does a bong hit. And, Jade, we were just talking dumb shit, memeing that. And then I literally went to Seiko, I'm just gonna turn the camera on, copy me. And then I literally looked at Jane and just went, "Fulcrum, come in." And then she followed the hand movements with me and went, "Yeah, Yodi gang. Cheers, my friend." We cheers our drinks and drank. And Jaden thought it was the funniest shit because, like, we were just memeing this guy. And in our Discord chat, he was literally like, "Dude, Trent made someone do the Fulcrum come in." It's just like, Trent's son made him do it. And I was like, "Yeah, I have the Japan Riz. I got a chick to do Fulcrum come in." He was...
Throw some fucking Riz down.
Yeah,
it was girls.
Some of the dumbest shit. But she loved it. She didn't know what was happening. She thought it was funny. She followed us on Twitter, and we followed her back, and she thought it was great. So we have one contact. She said it was her first time at Shinjuku, actually, which was... that's pretty cool.
Dang.
So yeah, that's yeah. So we got fucking obliterated in Shinjuku. We had fun. It was definitely go to Golden Guy if you're ever going to go to Japan. It's worth it. Like if you can squeeze up the stairs to the bars, then do it. It's they're squishy, but you know they're fun. We spent the whole next day recovering, and we said we were going to try different cuisine every day, like we're trying to avoid American restaurants, but on that day we just couldn't be. We were literally in our hotel room most of the day recovering, so we ordered Macca's. And I got a what are they called? It's what I know on the American menu you have the McMuffin, but then you have something else, which is like the pancake instead of the McGriddle. I tried a McGriddle.
Nice. For
the first time. Fucking sucked. It was so fucking weird.
I've never had
did not. Yeah, I knew it was an American thing, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's like pancake instead of bun. and it was shit. I did not like it. So Fat L for America.
True.
Yeah, but so we spent that day recovering, and then the day after that on the Saturday we went to Akihabara. So Akihabara. I remember the first thing, we got there a little bit early before everything started opening, so we had a look around. We had breakfast, and we found like this between two buildings, this alleyway of nothing but vending machines. They had like Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, all in vending machines. They had little figures, they had drinks, and then they had, I am not kidding, pornographic DVDs in vending machines. 500 yen. About. 500 yen for a pornographic DVD. So that was cheap. It was. But so we saw that, we're just like, yo, bet, but we didn't do it. It would have been funny.
I would have done it.
Yeah, Akihabara, fucking huge. You need like 2 days to properly explore Akihabara.
Oh, I bet.
It was, it was a good. It was an interesting mixture. Like, you see a lot of electronic stores and like Sony and a lot of fucking shit like that, and then you see like little pop-up anime stores, and then a few really old electronic stores with like a lot of old games. Like, one of the first things we went into was filled to the brim with like secondhand Nintendo 64 games and stuff like that, like really old games, and it was really cool. It was just, I didn't expect so many not safe for work stores, like places. Like, nearly every second anime place was just like, first floor or first 2 floors, normal stuff, and then above that is 18 plus. And nearly all of them were like, what are they called? The holes. They're basically the rubber things that you fuck. Owner holes. Something like that. You know what they are?
So what are they? What are you talking about?
Literally, the rubber tube shaped like a vagina. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, that. Like, most of them... Nice, homie. Nah.
Yeah.
But, like, most of them sold stuff like that, or like just straight up porn or hentai.
Fuck yeah.
And it was just like, it was kind of funny, just like how open they were about it. When I'm like, dude, Japan is literally in like a population decline because they ain't fucking enough. And yet they're willing to
fucking their own hands to looking at porn and hentai.
Yeah,
but they're shit up.
They're so open about this sort of shit, but yet they're not fucking enough. Like, that's just crazy to me. But it was so funny because it's just like, you go through, you look at some of the hentai, and I'm like, yo, a new episode of that hentai has just come out. It's on DVD. That's kind of funny. And cool. Like, they had some of them had like little screens as well, playing scenes from them, and I'm just like, there you go. All right.
Fuck yeah.
There was like dildos, vibrators, all sorts of fucking shit. Time
to start my sex toy collection.
I'm sure some people have proper collections. Like,
oh yeah,
that sort of shit's fucked. And then there's like branded stuff as well. There's like some games, like PC visual novel Werago games and like hentai games. So like they had the full lot. There was a lot of NSFW stuff, and it was just really funny because we were just seeing.
Bro, one of these days, I'm gonna go to like a Comic-Cat, and we're gonna play whatever I bring back on the channel.
I should have brought back a game. I should have
brought back like an indie fucking Arrow game. That would have been awesome.
Damn it! Fuck. All right, maybe next time.
Yeah, next time.
Maybe next time. No, that was pretty funny. But yeah, Akihabara is really cool. I initially bought a Nezuko figure of like demon transformed Nezuko and Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. And then I found another place which had secondhand stuff, and I remember I've wanted to get this little Wii U figure thing of Because you know those like
I believe it is.
Yes, the amiibo. I wanted to get one of those of the Twilight Princess, Wolf Link, and Midna because I thought it was really cool. But like importing it to Australia, it was like $40, and I'm like, nah, fuck that. But then like I went to the second-hand place and they just had 2 of them there for like 500 yen each.
Fuck yeah!
And I'm like, all right, fuck, I'm getting one. So I got one.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, it's like, damn, just like I knew things were a lot cheaper here, but damn, like I was pleasantly shocked at how cheap statues, figures, and all that sort of shit was. Like it was quite funny. But the thing that really fucking disturbed me about Akihabara was that one of the NSFW places had anime branded sex toys. One was a
That's the reason why they're not fucking.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not. One of them was a ReZero one of Ram Idaho.
Interesting choice.
What the fuck? Ram's pussy, go ahead.
Yep.
And then the other one was a Nezuko mouth.
Oh, hell no!
So he was quite literally...
Lord.
A mouth one, but with little fangs.
Oh,
so...
Good.
So,
God.
Yeah, so if you wanted Nezuko to give you a blowjob...
I'm sure someone's thought about it.
Yes, well, it was there for sale.
Yep, for whoever that person is.
Yeah, that was funny. I saw that, I'm like, wow.
Goddamn.
Okay. That's pretty fucked.
Interesting.
Yeah. No, that's all I'm going to say on that. It was like, I saw it and I'm like, are you shitting me? Like I know, because I know, like, the age of consent differences and all that over here. I know it's more acceptable. And, like, I've seen, like, literally in the hentai sections, I've seen, that's a lolly. Yep, okay. Like, it's there, but an actual sex toy? Like, fuck. God damn. They're, as I said, they're a lot more open about that sort of shit. But yeah, Akihabara was really cool, and we went to...
When are they going to start fucking public? Make some babies in public, damn it. You sell sex toys in public, what's the difference?
Yeah, just fuck.
Yeah.
Who cares?
We should all... If people start fucking in public in Japan, there should be like anyone who passes them and sees them should just walk by, like, give them a golf clap. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Away.
Just yeah, a little clap. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like,
be like, thank you for your service.
Doing the country a service.
Exactly.
Honest, oh God.
Please continue.
Please continue. Don't let me.
Don't mind me.
Yeah, and that night we went to the Monster Hunter bar, Monhan Sakaba, for dinner. Because it looked really cool. The food looked nice on the menu, but it was a trap. We came to learn very quickly that branded places, like things that are in place for a brand, like maid cafes and like bar themed around Monster Hunter, like see bar themed around Persona or something like that, it's probably not going to be worth it. Like the experience being there in like the vibe is cool. The food was mid.
Yeah, I bet. Because when I see a lot of the promotional stuff, about like half of my Twitter timeline at this point is in Japanese. So I see a lot of like brand anime promotions, like cafe takeovers, essentially. And they have like themed products. So like one I see all the time, the quintuplets are always taking over stuff. They always have themed shit here and there. And I see that come up on their official Twitter a bunch. And like one time I saw like there was it was like some Starbucks cafe type shit, and there was like a coffee or some general like cafe beverage themed after each one of the quintuplets. I was like, those look terrible.
Okay,
like, wow,
see, I think
they look like shit.
See, I think that's different. Like one item, like inspired by a thing, I think that's different. I mean, like, a full takeover.
Oh, the full thing.
Like, a full, proper takeover. Like, if the whole bar is themed around a brand, then that's different.
As in, like, it exists, like, specifically for that, and is, like, always that thing?
Yeah. Okay. I think those are the ones that are mid. Like, if it's, like, cross-promotional, like, one item, limited time, quintuplet thing, I think that is fine. Mm-hmm. But, like, the reason I'm saying this is because, like, the food was mid. The drinks, alcoholic drinks especially, were cool. They were nice, but they were very, very small. So, like...
So you paid a lot for not a lot of drink.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, the food, the really cool-looking food, like, they had, like, yakitori meat sticks, they were sold out. And then a lot of the other fancy stuff had, like, tofu and fish, which is not really our type of thing. I ended up getting this egg omelet with chicken rice. And the omelet was, like, kind of undercooked. So I was like, okay, that kind of sucks. The chicken rice was nice, but, like, that was the only really part of the food I enjoyed. And the drinks, again, like, fancy drinks. Like, one of them had, like, popping candy. One of them had, like, a few different juices. And then sake and all, like, something like that. And, like, the drinks were really fancy, looked really cool, and tasted nice, but you would fucking finish them in 2 sips because most places there overfill their fucking glasses with so much ice. Like, it's worse there. Like, it like, so much fucking ice. Like, I remember, like, I got, like, literally just, like, a medium Coke from McDonald's, and, like, it was done in 2 sips. Like, bruh, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, combined over, like, putting too much ice with Japan portion sizes. Yeah.
Yeah.
No
and
shot.
then you get fucking so little of the actual drink.
Yeah.
So yeah, that sucked a little bit, but it was a cool vibe, and, I mean, like, yeah. I think, like, Jaden recommended that one. He has played Monster Hunter in the past, and I've played a bit of Monster Hunter as well. Like, I'm not, like... Because it's all about, like, oh, yeah, these fucking cats cook up these immaculate-looking fucking food. And, like, the food on the menu looked good, but we, like, didn't want fucking tofu and stuff like that. So we had to, like, suffer with the less good-looking, like, meat stuff. And some things were, sold out. So, like, well, you know, you win some, you lose some. Can't win everything.
True.
But, yeah, no, it was still cool. After that, we went to Ikebukuro. Ikebukuro was what it was. We went there for the Pokemon City Mega Center and Mega Tokyo. It was fine. Like, I think it's a bit overhyped. Like, if this was the Mega Pokemon Center, then I would think the regular Pokemon Centers would just be boring. Because it is literally all just, here's shelves of plushies and shit you can buy. Like... Around it, there was, like, a Pikachu cafe that looked cool. There was a place just for TCG stuff, little card game stuff. And then there was a little thing for Pokemon Go. And, like, yeah, it was really cool layout. We bought a few gifts for people there. Very fucking expensive, as you would expect.
Yep.
Even the smallest plushie was, like, fucking 3,000 yen or something. And I'm like, wow.
Damn.
Wow. So, yeah, we went there. We went to the Kit Kat Chocolatory. I bought a lot of different mini Kit Kats, which I've yet to eat. They're, I want to try. I want to, because I've got, like, 20 different flavors, like, different types of Kit Kat, and I want to try them all on a video. But now that I'm in the process of losing weight, and I'm actually continuing to do so, I'm going to wait a little bit before I try the
Fair
Kit Kats.
enough.
So, I'll probably do it when I get around to making the video. And then the last day in Tokyo, we split up and decided let's just do our own things, do what we want to do for the last day. So Jaden went back to Akihabara, and then at the end we would meet up at Sensoji Temple. That's one of the bigger, more popular temples in Tokyo. So yeah, he went to Akihabara, and I went to Odaiba to see the Unicorn Gundam statue for my friend Aaron. little story. We, Aaron and I, we've done dumb things like this before. Like, we've got photos of us, like, a year apart posing with, copies of Sun and Moon because we, like, bought them and they were wearing nearly the same shit like a year apart. It was kind of funny.
Nice.
He got a photo in front of this really old train in Cairns. And, it was like a nonchalant photo. He was wearing a singlet, glasses, looking off into the distance with a train behind him. And I remember, like, a few years later, I went to Cairns. And then I saw the exact same train, remembered the photo, and thought, I'm going to recreate that exact photo. So I did. And it was the funniest thing on our Facebook. Like, we just thought it was hilarious. So he literally said, if you go to the Unicorn Gundam statue and, like, get a photo in front of it, when I go to Japan, I will recreate the photo. Let's go. I went there, and it was pretty cool. It was really cool to look at. The transformation sequence it does every 2 hours was lackluster. Like, a few plates on its arms and legs move, and its helmet turns from, like, horns to a unicorn horn. I thought it was going to draw the fucking swords. It had 2 giant swords on its back. I wanted them to draw swords. But it didn't. Boo. So that was like a boo.
Lame.
But yeah, I got a photo of me in front of it. I got a photo of me in front of it, and then I got a photo of me doing a pog face at it.
Yo.
And I'm like, alright, you gotta recreate one of these. And he said, I'll do both. So I'm waiting for a few years in the future when that happens. That'll be funny. Yeah. Then, so that was our time in Tokyo. We went to Kyoto next. Kyoto, definitely more of the cultural, like more of the culture coming through in Kyoto. It was cool. I enjoyed the temples. I really want to send you some of the fucked shit in Akihabara, if my phone will allow it. There was literally one where it was this literally giant fucking titty. Like, I don't understand how any woman would have a tit. Like, yeah, just one.
Damn.
I don't understand how any woman would have a tit that big. Like, it would not be possible. But it was just there. And it said somewhere, don't touch. Well, I slapped it anyway. I had to. You can't just put that in front of me.
Exactly.
But you can't just put that in front of me.
How can you possibly put a giant fucking titty up on the wall with saying, don't touch? You're just asking people to touch it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, just a giant box of fucking dildos. Just stuff like that.
Hell yeah. He's pulling his cock out!
He's pulling his cock out! Yeah, I don't know if I'll show this, but
it was a misinput!
You go down! You go the fuck down! And then, there was literally, like, a breast-sucking thing.
Jesus.
So I put with respect, mommy milkers.
Hell yeah.
And, like, oh, that's right. One of the places had a whole section just for, like, fetishes. Fetishes? Yeah, I can't pronounce the word.
Fetishes, yeah.
Yeah, and, like ball gags and,
fuck yeah.
Oh, like, urethra fucking cock things where you put a thing into your cock. And, like, it was, oh my god, it was disturbing.
Oh my lord.
I'm like, the fact that shit actually exists. Yeah, look at that titty. Look at it!
That's what you say after you slap the titties. Like, oh, it was a misinput! You calm down!
It was a misinput! Do not slap the titty. It was a misinput! Yeah, so that was... Yeah, no, the things they had there, like, and the cock rings, fuck, bro. I don't know, a lot of that shit was funny. Oh my god.
Like the bull gags, there's another critical meme for you. It's like, allow me to slip into something a little more comfortable. He comes out with a ski mask and a bull gag.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
So Kyoto, we mostly were there just for the cultural stuff. So we went to, like... And I didn't realize...
milkers!
I didn't imagine Kyoto was going to be so full of fucking hiking, but it was. So, yeah, we went to the Fushinari Taisha, I should say. Instead of going to the proper temple, we climbed to the top of Mount Nari, which was 233 meters high. And a lot of walking. Yeah, we fucked our legs up. We went up, we did it. It was pretty good. I talked to a few Israeli chicks actually. I got in one of their photos. It was kind of funny. They one of them had a really good DSLR camera. It was taking photo, like this other one was like posing in front of the gates for fucking ages. And I literally just ran in and said, "Yo, let me get in one." Put my arm around her and posed, and they laughed. They loved it. Got the photo. It's typical Australian getting in everyone's way.
Yep.
That's what we do. And then I left. We went to the top after that photo. We got to like halfway up the top, they had they had stops on the way up there. Mm-hmm. We went to this cafe run by this lady and this other old lady. They had a green tea matcha ice cream sandwich.
Whoa!
And I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll have that.
Yeah, fuck it.
And I filmed me eating it and like talking about what we were doing. And one of the old ladies saw me and was like, YouTuber. And waved at the camera. It was so cute. It was so nice. And I'm like, yo!
Yeah, they love YouTubers over there. For real.
Oh, for real. Oh, I completely forgot to tell you about something else that happened at Mount Fuji.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, thank you for reminding me. Yeah, so we went...
You doing some vlogging?
Yeah, did some vlogging. So yeah, at the main stop... at the main stop, one of the bus stops, where we got the good view of Mount Fuji, we were, like, obviously surrounded by forests and shit. Like, all the fucking, like, snow was coming down. It was really cool. And the instructor, the tour guide, Toshio, he, like, told us, oh, yeah, these forests are infamous because people get lost in them, because it's, like... it's unknown forest because GPS signals don't work in the forests, so people get lost. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. So while I recorded myself talking about it, and I was like, I'm going to go ask Toshio exactly what it was, because it was really interesting. Mm-hmm. And so we explained, and he also said, I didn't want to say this in front of the whole crowd. It might bring people down. A lot of people kill themselves in that forest. And I'm like, oh, it's that forest.
Oh, it's Logan Paul's favorite place.
It's fucking that forest. And I'm like, we're right next to it. Like, we're literally looking into that forest. And I'm like, I knew the forest was, like, up near Mount Fuji. Like, I knew it was, like, quite big as well. But I didn't realize we were right fucking next to it. Like, holy shit. So I was like... Oh no, it's that
So
forest.
That's what he means when he says people get lost in there.
Yeah. Like it's one thing for GPS signals to, like, not work. That is pretty spooky. That is pretty fucked up.
That is wacky. Like, imagine if you could even just take your phone in there. No one would ever know.
Yeah. Like, you would actually get lost. Like, you would be fucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that it was that forest, I was like, oh my god. Yeah. That's
Logan Paul's favorite date spot.
His favorite date spot, yeah. Well, his favorite date spot's WWE now, but
True.
I mean, his previous favorite date spot.
Yeah.
But that was eye-opening. That was kind of funny. But yeah, he was good to talk to as well. Toshio, he was good. So yeah, we climbed to the top of Mount Nari. Continuing the story, the view actually at the top, there wasn't really a view. Which kind of sucked. But there was a lot of shrines. I did some prayers at the top, so I can say I prayed at the top of Mount Nari, so that's cool. And as we were going back down, those two Israeli girls were still taking photos. So I got in another one, and then they stopped me and said, oh, actually, that first photo was really good. And I'm like, oh... That's good.
Nice.
So then I was talking to them for a bit. I got a photo on my phone with them. They were cute. And then I was talking to them, and then I left. And Jaden's like, oh, did you get him on Snapchat or something? And I'm like, fuck! I should have got him on Snap. I should, like, he's just like, dude, I'm like, you've been talking to a lot of people and, like, a lot of, like, cute girls as well. Like, why haven't you tried to get any of the numbers? And I'm like, because I feel like I can't. Like, I know, like, that would be easy. Like, we got Seiko on Twitter. Like, it would not be hard, but I'm just a moron. Like, I've talked to a lot of people, but,
Do they even use Snapchat in Japan?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, people do.
Wow.
But yeah, the thing I thought was funny is that, Jaden actually talked to quite a few Japanese people.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to a few, mostly when drunk. I managed to talk to a few. And, yeah.
Ohio gozaimasu, motherfucker.
Exactly. And Jaden talked to he talked to a lot of Japanese people. And then I talked to mostly to other tourists. Like, I talked to a fuck ton of other tourists. I spoke to, like, a Canadian dude that went skiing, a New Zealand couple, a Scottish couple, the Israeli girls, and a few other girls. And I'm like, why am I talking to all the tourists and you're talking to all the Japanese people? That's kind of funny. Yeah. And that night as well, that's right, yeah, I think it was that same night, we split up again to go drinking. I forgot where Jaden went. I don't remember. All I remember is that I went to just this bar around the corner. I forgot what exactly the term is, but it's one of those places where it's designed that you come in and you can just spend the whole evening there. And you can just drink there for the day. It's like you're meant to get in there, relax, just do what you want.
Right.
So I went in as that wasn't really busy at the time, and they had these like square tables that could fit 4 people. So I went in there and I was by myself, and then it started getting full and everyone was taking the other tables. So I told the waiter, oh, look, if anyone needs the table, let me know, they can have it and I'll head off. And then these 2 dudes, these office workers, just walk in. I don't know who they are, but then they're like, oh, we'll sit with you. One of them was like a 60-year-old dude named Mata. He did not speak a lick of English. He barely understood what I said, but he tried to talk to me anyway, and it was cool. The other guy, can't fucking tell you his name for the life of me, but he spoke good English and basically interpreted for Mata. So I thought that was funny.
Huh.
So the 3 of us are just there talking. I had like 2 or 3 drinks, and I could tell Mata was just kind of like watching the bar. And I was just like, what is he waiting for? Because it was packed. And then like half an hour later, a big group leave. And then he offers to buy everyone a drink. So I'm like, oh, wait, okay. So he was waiting until it got a little less packed so we could buy everyone a drink and not spend as much. Okay, fair enough. And they kept buying me highballs. And highball is not that good, but I had to drink it because like it's one of the mainstays there. So I was drinking highball, and they couldn't pronounce my name, so they just called me Australian. And I was just like, oh, Australian. And then they would say whatever they say. So I knew Marta, the other dude, and I was Australian. So I was only there for like an hour and a half, and then the 2 dudes get up to leave, and then Marta says, Australian, come with us. And I'm like, what?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I'm not gonna get wrapped into some fucking shenanigans, am I? So I get up and I go with him, and we just start walking around.
You know that meme where like the guy passes the brothel, and the chick tries to call him over. You know that one? The Japanese one. It's just like it's like this old middle-aged Japanese guy walks past like a brothel, and maybe it's not a brothel, but something along those lines, and so these girls out front are trying to call out to him to get him to come in and spend his money with them, and it's like they like give him a price, and he's like, it's too expensive. And he keeps walking, and then one of the girls says, "Oh, we have girls with H-cup titties," and he turns around immediately like, "Oh."
Oh,
it's like, oh,
really?
Yeah. But people have memed that, so it's like instead of saying we have girls with H cups. She says, we have girls with dicks. Some shit like that.
Okay.
And, yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
fair enough.
That was. I thought that was gonna be you. with these old Japanese dudes.
It's just like, yo, we got chicks with dicks. Yo? For real? you spit? You spitting? Yo. So I just went with them because I was like, all right, sure. And I was like, what are they gonna do? And I don't know why. We went to this place called Don Quixote. It's basically like a multi-level retailer that just sells like anything. Apparently, they're infamous for just selling whatever.
Walmart.
Like, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's basically a Walmart.
Fuck yeah.
So we went there. This entire time, I've been raving on about, I wish I had a selfie stick or something because, like, my phone footage is alright, but sometimes I can shake it just because of my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a bit, and literally, we go to the Don Quixote. We're just looking around these 3 drunk dudes, and one of them doesn't speak Japanese. And then in the corner of my eye, I somehow find a singular selfie stick, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm buying this.
Give me.
So I bought it. I got it. And then, like, I bought some other stuff, like some other flavored Kit Kats and some Pringles. And, oh, yeah, this fucking dude, Mata, he, out of nowhere, had just, like, a packet of, it was called 7-Eleven Crunchy Chocolate.
Whoa.
Like, it was just like these little rectangular, little square chocolate, like brownie things, but they were crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
He just, out of nowhere while we're walking, just pulls this packet out of his jacket pocket, and then he starts eating them, and I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? He offers me one, and I'm like, okay, it's 7-Eleven, surely this is not a drugged thing. I don't know if he fucking put anything in it. I had one, best fucking thing I've ever eaten in my life. It was so nice. And I'm like, I'm going to 7-Eleven, I'm buying this. So, yeah, we went to a 7-Eleven and bought more.
Fuck yeah.
That's right. So we went to the Don Quixote, I bought some Kit Kats and stuff. And I also bought like a 3-pack of Sex on the Beach shots.
Nice.
And they bought some as well, and we just did shots while walking around. I still have one of them. I have one left. I have it right now.
Take it.
So yeah, so I was having so much fun with these dudes, and I'm like, this is fucking hilarious. And we start going towards my hotel. I'm like, oh, my hotel's this way, so I'll head over there. I wanted to get a photo with him as well, but Mata was camera shy, so he said no. But like, I got like one blurry photo of him. But yeah, no, we went there, and then they stopped by this. It was just a secondhand bookstore. And at the front, they had a few bins with cheap CDs in them. And I was like, oh, okay. So we all went there, and I was flicking through. I don't know how long ago it was, but I remember it was during one of the FireStorm Let's Play episodes. Maybe Skyward Sword, I don't know. We were literally talking, like, I wanted to buy this CD of Sarah for the End opening and ending songs. Mm-hmm. And it was like $30, I think. And we were like, am I really going to pay $30 for like 3 songs? And then I decided against it. But literally, as I was just looking through these bins, I fucking found the CD. Mm-hmm. I fucking found it. XU, Sarah, Scapegoat, the opening and endings, and a few extra songs as well, for 550 yen.
Dang.
And I'm like, dude, I can't believe it. I found it. And I bought it. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah,
I'm buying it. So I grabbed it. I went inside. It was a really cool bookstore. Like, it had a bunch of different manga, just regular books. And then it had a little NSFW section. Not an NSFW, but I say they're open about, like pornography and, like, sexual stuff. Like, they were really open about, like, softcore pornography, especially. Mm. Like, they just didn't care. So, yeah, it's... it was fine. But, so I was there. It was near the counter. And I could just see Mata there, just looking through a few, like, repackaged secondhand DVDs or whatever of, like, softcore pornography. And while I'm waiting in the small line... He comes up to me. Remember, this guy barely fucking speaks English. Comes up to me. He shows me this one DVD. He's like, what do you think? What do you think? He just points at this one chick. What do you think? And I'm like, cute. No, kawaii. Like, cute.
Yeah.
Like, kawaii, cute. Yes. So he nods approvingly that I think it's cute. Goes back to the section. I buy my CD. I leave. I'm waiting out front with the other dude. They speak English. Mm-hmm. We're waiting for Mata. Mata comes out a few minutes later. Gives me the DVD.
Yo! Huge.
He buys me softcore pornography.
Fuck yeah.
And I'm like, what? Like, I can't accept this. They're like, no, take. Kawaii, take. I'm like, okay. Thank you, Mata.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And it's just like, I'm like, Jaden, I don't know what you did, but I made friends with Japanese people and one of them bought me porn. So, I think I've had a good night.
Yep.
So, that was fucking hilarious. I thought it was so funny. Yeah. No, it was good. And then after that, I went back to the hotel and I never saw them again. I miss Mata. I miss the other dude. I miss Now. I miss Seiko, but I see her tweets, and she tweets a lot, so, I'm like, it's fine. But yeah, there you go.
Fuck yeah.
So that was, and then that was all the Japanese people I met, and that was pretty fun. Yeah, and then the day after that in Kyoto is the day where I got sick. Yeah, we went to the, I forgot where exactly it's called. It's this area in Kyoto, like Arashiyama, I think it's called. They had this thing called the Moon Bridge, which was a little bit underwhelming because parts of the waterfall near it were under construction, so it didn't actually look as cool as you'd expect. We went to the Arashiyama Monkey Park, which was cool, but I didn't realize it was up another fucking mountain. Huh. So, the day after trekking 233 meters high, we went up another fucking mountain.
Damn.
And Jaden wanted to stab me. And I'm like, I don't blame you, bro. This fucking sucks. Oh. We killed our legs. The monkeys were cute, though. We fed monkeys, hung out with monkeys. It was pretty chill. Then we went and got lunch, where I think I got sick, which sucked. But after that, we headed to the Kinkaiju, the Golden Pavilion. That was really cool. Mm-hmm. It was a whole, nice laid out temple area, and, the Golden Pavilion surrounded by lakes, and, surrounded by little dams, and it was really nice. It was really cool to look at. Did a little prayer there. It was nice. And, yeah, a little prayer, mate. And, that was cool. So that was our time in Kyoto. And then we went to Osaka. And the same day we were checking in to Osaka, we were going to go see some wrestling. We bought tickets for the New Japan Pro Wrestling Presents CMLL Fantastica Mania.
Whoa.
It's like a thing they do at the start of every year, where New Japan and CMLL have these few events during a week. So we went to go see that one in Osaka. We saw Mystico, the former Sin Cara.
Yo.
He was funny. He was good. Who else was on the card? It was a really good night. It was 2.5 hours of fucking solid wrestling. It was really cool. And a lot of comedy wrestling as well. There was literally just this one wrestler who's I'm going to try and find him. Tiger Mask, he was there. Fucking classic. Hiromu Tanahashi. Hiroshi Tanahashi and Hiromu Takahashi. That's who they were. Tetsuya Naito. El Desperado. Here he is. It was he's from CMLL, I think. Deuce Scaldina. Huh. His entire gimmick is that he tries to do gay shit with his opponents, and then they freak out and leave. That's
awesome.
Yeah, like, he tried, like, kissing one of his opponents, and they fucking, like, ran out the ring and tagged their opponent, like, tagged their teammate.
That rules.
And, like, that was his entire gimmick, and it was, I don't know why, it was really funny.
That's so good.
I want to watch another one of his matches. It was just so funny. But yeah, no, Mystico, he actually was pretty good. He didn't, like, he's been doing it a while. He didn't fucking botch anything this time, thank God.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, and he got a lot of fanfare. And it was main evented by, it's going to be hard to pronounce these, Magia Blanca and Volador Jr. versus Atlantis Jr. and Ultimo Guerrero. Now, I know Ultimo Guerrero, he's apparently a living legend. And yeah, he was actually pretty good. He's a bit old, but he actually was really good. So, yeah, it was like 2.5 hours of solid fucking wrestling. I got in trouble for filming some stuff. You're not meant to film anything, but I did, so haha. Get wrecked. And yeah, no, that was really cool. I'm going to put some of those clips in my vlog and hopefully not get taken down, because New Japan love not allowing people to show their stuff online. So that would be funny. But no, it was a really good event. Really, really fun. The next day, we literally started off the morning by going to the Animate store in Osaka. And I actually found a better pair of Tanjiro and Nezuko figures. My dog's barking. And like, they were cheap and they were really cool. They were like, you can connect them so they're holding hands. And I thought, fuck it, I want those ones. So I bought those ones, and then I sold the other Nezuko figure I bought to this guy, secondhand shop guy, for 500 yen. I'm like, fuck it, that's awesome. Yep. Don't have to worry about that. I literally just said, I can't take this back. Can I sell it here? And he's like, yep, 500 yen. I'm like, okay, done. No problem. So, got the other one out my hair. So I ended up buying, I'll tell you what my haul at the end. But yeah, so I did that. I looked for the Tekken Museum. I heard the Tekken Museum was at the Namco Osaka Nipponbashi. But apparently that was a limited time thing. Like a few years ago, they had the Tekken Museum. It wasn't there anymore. We found the Nipponbashi. We found this place, but it wasn't there. So that sucks. Then I started feeling queasy. And I'm like, I'm going to go lay down for a bit. Went lay down for about 10 minutes. Then I threw up everywhere. I threw up a bit on the bed, threw up in the main room, threw up in the sink. I cleaned that shit up with towels and had to get room service and to change the bed sheet. And then I started cheating a lot as well. So
rough day.
It was not that fun. I sat in the shower for like an hour throwing up. So yeah, that was rough. Yeah. My gut was very nervous about me even approaching food. So I mostly just drank water and sips of Coke here and there. So I had a bit of sugar going to the brain, so I didn't get headaches. And I slept. So the rest of that day and the next day, which was our last day, like full day in Osaka, I wanted to go look at some. I wanted to go try. Like everyone was saying, like, oh, Osaka, you got to try the jelly cheesecake. You got to try okonomiyaki. You got to go to the Mini Peg Cafe, the Drunken Clam, like a karaoke bar themed after Family Guy. Like, there was all that shit we wanted to do, but we just couldn't do it because like Jaden didn't know where they were, and he didn't want to do them by himself, and I was sick. I was sick in the Osaka hotel room, so we did miss out on those things. Like, I wanted to try okonomiyaki. They were like savory pancakes, like drizzled in sauces and stuff, and they looked really nice. But yeah, so unfortunately we just couldn't. I was in a hotel room for a day and a half in bed, sleeping it off, occasionally getting up to throw up, and just avoiding food in general. Yeah. So that kind of sucked. The day we had to travel, we spent a day in Narita just so we didn't have to worry about the whole trip back, like getting to the hotel the same day as our flight. Yeah. I mean, getting to the airport the same day as our flight. I started feeling better, but my gut was just afraid of food. Like, if I looked at any food, I felt like gagging.
Mm-hmm.
So like it was proper food poisoning. It was properly fucked.
Ugh.
So I barely ached for like 4 days. So yeah, that was the whole thing. That did kind of spoil things at the end there, but you know, like it's just the shit that happens, and like
really
we didn't really miss out on too many important things, like. And the Osaka hotel room was actually, admittedly, the best. We actually had separate rooms, thank God. So Jaden didn't have to sleep near me and watch me occasionally get up every few hours to go shit myself or puke.
Yeah.
So that was good.
That is convenient.
But yeah. So yeah, it was a bit spoiled at the end there, but you know, fucking, it is what it is. I had a good trip. Otherwise, Tokyo and Kyoto, where I actually got to do stuff, they were a lot of fun, and I definitely think I need more time in Kyoto. In Tokyo. Kyoto, I did everything I thought I needed to do. Tokyo, I definitely want to do more.
Mm-hmm.
And Osaka, there's room to do things in Osaka because like there's other temples and things there as well. But for what time we had and what we ended up doing, I felt like the trip was well worth it. Yeah, just shame about me getting sick, but you know, life
yeah,
happens.
literally. You got, when you travel, you gotta have to expect that shit to fucking come down.
Yeah, because like every day I wanted to try something different, and just that day I had a curry udon that just put me off. It just made me feel funky, and yeah, that it is what it is. But yeah, that was the summary of the whole of the Japan trip. It was a lot of fun, a lot of drinking, a lot of clips, and a lot of pictures, and definitely enlightening in its own way. Just seeing how life works in Japan and seeing like the way, like the amount of respect people have for things is definitely enlightening, and I'm gonna take a bit of that with me going forward. I want to do a lot better in my life, especially treating myself better, and I feel like I've learnt a fair amount from Japan in regards to doing that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm gonna go forward with a bit more, knowing that I've done it. I've done Japan. That's a
big thing off your to-do list. You've been talking about that forever.
Yeah, like I've been saying for a while. Like I've traveled a lot already, and like I have no real desire to go elsewhere. Like Japan is the place I want to go to, and after that, I'm more than happy to just spend a few years grinding and saving up for a house. Mm-hmm. So now it's done. Yep. I've done it. I've done it. I've got mementos to keep and to remind me of my time there, and I've got now I've just got time to do what I need to do to work towards the future. And
yes, sir.
I will definitely go back at some point. Like I do want to climb Mount Fuji. I do want to like go to other parts of Japan, but everything major that I've been wanting to do for ages, I've done. Yep. So, yeah.
Right on.
I'm happy.
Absolutely radical.
The hole. Did you get the Snapchat I sent about the hole?
The hole.
My shelf now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did get that.
Yes. Briefly explaining for the audience.
Yes.
So yeah, I got the Gojo Jujutsu Kaisen figure. The statue looks sick. The Nezuko and Tanjiro holding hands. That looks really cool. It's cute. The little Wii U amiibo of Wolf Link and Midna. I got. They have they have the gachapon, like get the little gacha things fucking everywhere as well, well as the vending machines. They have little gacha machines everywhere. And there was the 2 different sets of sleeping Pokemon. And I got the full set of the first series of sleeping Pokemon that involve Gengar, Pikachu, Rowlet, Piplup, and Munchlax. So I've got that group chilling there. And at the Pokemon Center for myself, I didn't really buy myself a lot, but I did buy a little plushy Swablu.
Nice.
Just because it's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. So, I got that. Got a few coins from different places. I like collecting souvenir coins from wherever I travel to, so I've got a few of those. One from Tokyo Tower, one from the Pokemon Center, and then it was one that's a really cool dragon coin from out front of Sensoji Temple. They had a lot of stalls and all that out front of Sensoji Temple as well, which was cool. We got our fortunes told. We got our fortunes told twice. Once at Sensoji and once at the Kinkaju Temple. And there seemed to be a running theme. Both times, Jaden got excellent fortunes, and both times I got, pretty good fortunes. So Jaden was definitely like, and I was just like, you can tell it came true. He didn't get sick, but true. I did. Fuck oath. So,
can't deny that.
I thought that was hilarious. And we got a photo of us at the top of Tokyo Tower. They explain there's this whole thing they do at Tokyo Tower, like, I forgot what the phrase is, but like holding 3 fingers up and going ooey or something like that. I forgot what the phrase is, but like it was something they did back when they were building it, and it's a thing they do now. But I love it because I swear I keep hearing stories about how like Tokyo Tower, they were literally just inspired by the Eiffel Tower and just took the design. But then when we went through the tour, they were going in depth about how actually, no, that's not at all. These 2 designers came together and did all this shit to come up with the design, the look. They want something that can be seen from anywhere in Tokyo. And I'm like, is that true? Or have I been lied to my whole life about how the fact that they just stole it from the Eiffel Tower? I don't know. But yeah, no. If I could do anything different, probably not getting sick is one of them. But I feel like I wish I did learn a bit more Japanese. The Japanese I did know got me through pretty good. Like it was helpful. Like it would have been helpful to learn a bit more, but I feel like I survived pretty well, and nearly everyone there has a very, very minimal base knowledge of English. And but we prepared ourselves well with the we had a pocket Wi-Fi.
Nice.
Which we could use for our phones. And I got a burp or something soon. Something's coming up.
Something's coming.
And I had this app which translated voice from English to Japanese and vice versa. So I was able to talk to a few people that way. Worked pretty well. And I'm definitely an overthinker, but like the convenience of public transport, like you can't beat it. Like
right.
If you're just traveling with a bag, easy. If you're traveling with a suitcase, maybe take a taxi. That's what we did a few times. Like if you're not on the rail pass, if you're not using the rail pass to do the big trips. But yeah, no, it's. But when I go back, I definitely know. Okay, I know what food I like and don't like, because like I liked ramen, I liked different rice meals. We didn't really eat sushi over there. We didn't actually see a lot of sushi places, honestly, where we were. Like, I do like them, but, like, I do want to try other stuff, like okonomiyaki. Like, I gotta probably just get over myself and try different fish dishes, but, like, because one of the breakfast options at one of the places we went to was literally just, like, fish stew, and it smelt horrendous.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
And I'm like, bro, they eat this for breakfast? Like, okay, fair enough. Yeah, but it was very, very cool, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone that's wanting to go. It's a bit of a shame we couldn't actually meet up doing it like what we first said we would do when we started Firestorm, but, you know, times have changed, and you moved out. We if you haven't seen it already, it'll be on the channel. We made a skit about it. Go watch that.
Yeah.
Special thanks to Jaden and Mecca for being involved in that. Yeah, and the one thing that I'm especially happy about, I keep hearing stories about how like if you travel with someone or you get stuck with someone for for a long time, like you two get sick of each other, and like I didn't want that to happen between Jaden and I, and it didn't.
Yep.
We're still like, if anything, we're even closer buddies now because of everything that happened over there. So yeah, I feel like, and like like on 2 occasions we literally said, yeah, let's do something else for the night. Let's just split up for a few hours. Like we weren't attached to the hip, so and we were just completely chill about everything. So yeah, no, it's definitely a worthwhile experience, and yeah, I think we're better buds coming out of the end of that. So yeah,
fuck yeah,
that's the whole of my Japan trip. Did you want to know anything else? Any questions?
Yes, Sensei. No, I don't fucking know. I feel like I got all the lore I needed, and a lot of that I'd already heard. Yeah, all the Japan lore. Yeah, a lot of that I had heard already, but for the audience is good stuff. It's like a lot of the finer details I hadn't heard. So, yeah, that was I feel richer with knowledge.
Yes. Yeah, it's I'm just trying to think. Like, yeah, food was cheap most of the time. Vending machines, very fucking helpful, very good. Take advantage of the vending machines. There's like 7-Eleven, Lawson, or Family Mart on like every fucking corner.
Love 7-Eleven, big fan.
And yeah, Family Mart fried chicken is pretty exceptional. Not gonna lie. Pretty good. Yeah, it's like everything over there is just like their standard. Even the lower quality things are still really good. Like that, like cheap fucking packet of nuts, pretty good. Like I know there's that meme of like, oh, here's a thing. Yeah, this is like, oh, here's a thing, cool. Oh, but here's a thing in Japan. Oh my god, amazing. But like, I know that's a whole fucking meme, but like quite literally, just their standard of quality for things over there is exceptional, and you won't be disappointed. Like if you go there, you'll expect certain level. You'll have a level of expectation for Japan. It will reach it. It was a lot of fun, and we went during winter as well. It was cold, but like it was a bit it fluctuated a bit. Like one day it was just pissing down with rain. And we managed to walk through it pretty decently. Next day it was like 5 degrees. Next day it was 16 degrees.
Dang.
And we're like, what the fuck? Like,
what the hell is happening?
Like, sun's out. Next day it was snowing. And I'm like, oh, snow. How about that?
Wowie.
Oh, wowie. Yeah, I think that's literally everything. If you want to see all the footage, check out the video I intend on making. It might take me a little bit to make it though. Gotta go through like 500 clips to properly fucking make that shit. And do a little bit of narration as well, why not? But yeah. That was my time spent in Japan. It was awesome.
Big moves over here. Now it's grind time, lads.
It is. It's grind time.
So we're actually, now that we're kind of wrapping up, we are gonna actually, we've been kind of here and there recently, but we're actually going to start being a little more consistent. We're going to do actually a small handful of stuff coming up soon. So we're doing...
The second wave.
Yeah, we're back on the wave here. So yeah, the second coming, if you will. So we're going to do... Obviously, I think we have talked about it multiple times. We're going to do Ruby episode reactions starting this weekend. For Trent's channel.
Yes.
For Volume 9, I haven't seen any of it. You've seen Episode 1, so we'll start with Episode 1, and we'll do the first 3 episodes.
So, yeah, we're going to watch the first 3 in a
because Episode 3 will be out on Saturday. Yeah, we're going to do all 3 of those, and then for all of the coming weeks, we're going to do reactions, and those will be up on Trent's channel. So we're going to do that. We're going to pick up River City Girls 2 at some point soon. That should be fun. Obviously, I played the first one, and we're gonna do the online multiplayer for the second one.
And it does have cross-platform play, so if you want to play on Switch and I play on PC, that'll work.
Yeah,
so
I think because I'm gonna get it on Switch. Cool. So, yeah, so that's going to come up, and then probably once we're done with that, we'll figure out something else to do. I'm not sure what that'll be just yet, but it'll be something, and it'll be fun and stupid, as it usually is.
Yeah.
So
we got a few games individually that we do want to play. Like I want Gus to play the Security Breach Ruin DLC whenever that drops.
I can't wait for that to drop. I'm actually really excited.
I just want to.
I feel okay because randomly off topic, but you know we like tangents around here. So MatPat's been dropping the FNAF timeline videos. I feel like
ultimate timeline.
Yeah, I feel like as soon as that's done, they're gonna wait like a week and then drop it. Just to absolutely fucking ruin the entire timeline.
And there's going to be like one or two Easter eggs that will completely throw everything
exactly.
out of whack. And it's
like hey, remember those 3
videos
videos I made that add up to like over an hour of me explaining the timeline? Yeah, that about only half of that is actually good now. After that,
that's funny.
Yeah, so it'll be we'll do a few things. Ironically, actually, since I got a. I'm looking at the document now. Since I got a Pro Controller, I could actually go back to Mario 64 and try that again. Because I won't be ridiculed and fucking abused by Joy-Cons and Joy-Con drift. And eventually, because I actually did decide we're gonna play Tears of the Kingdom on the channel when that comes out in May. So that'll be fun because obviously the gameplay on this channel started out with 3D Zelda, and the more I think about it, the more I'm just kind of like, yeah, I really loved Breath of the Wild. Like, it's one of my all-time favorite games, but Tears of the Kingdom, looks like a lot of the same as what Breath of the Wild was. So I don't feel too bad, like, not being like, oh, I want to enjoy it as a fan. Like, no, I'm gonna be goofy this time around. Like, I took Breath of the Wild pretty seriously, but I'm gonna be a fucking menace to society in Tears of the Kingdom. Like, I'm gonna go fucking all out and be stupid. So we're gonna put that on the channel, and it'll be fun.
Can't wait. Can't wait. So keen.
So that'll be good. I'm excited to know what it's about because I actually heard Tears of the Kingdom had a lot of leaks come out recently, and I have not seen any of them. I'm making sure to block all of that shit. So I'm gonna go in pretty blind. In fact, I don't even think I'm gonna look at a release trailer or anything like that. Like, I'm just, like, basically what we've seen at this point is all I'm gonna have by the time we go in. So, we're just gonna fucking have some good old-fashioned 3D Zelda goofs and laughs. Nice. Yeah, that's the plan.
I had a few games as well, actually, surprisingly, because normally, like, I come up with ideas for a few games, and then I, like, just kind of fall through a little bit. Like, we've tried a few games and I've played them and I'm like, yeah, this doesn't really work for FireStorm. But there's a few that's come up which I've decided we'll probably do. The Last of Us Part 1, the remaster is coming to PC at the end of March, so I want to pick that up and play that. It's really cool. I've played it before, but I want to play it again. Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. It's a lot of fun. One of the few SAO games that I've played where I've actually been like fully into it because I think the shooting and the actual combat is a lot better than the wacky bullshit of MMO.
Yeah, that shit.
Where there's just shit appearing all over the screen that I have no fucking concept of what.
And you
means.
Like launch attacks and none of it means anything. You just kind of do it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, this one's similar, but it's literally just shooting, and it's a lot easier to understand. It's a lot of fun. I've played it before, like years ago. It's really cool. I want to do that. I keep seeing clips of this game called Little Misfortune. I don't know if you've seen anything about that. It looks like kind of like a wacky, like tricky. Not like tricky like Doki Doki in a sense, but like it's one of those games which are real. Like it tells you one thing, but it's got a lot of other shit happening that you see later on that's vastly different. So I kind of want to play that. I want to see what that's like. And I also want to play the ROM hack Pokemon GS Chronicles, because that looked cool. And then we actually had a few other podcast ideas, surprisingly.
Yeah, surprisingly enough. Yeah, this is going to be a little goofy. Well, at least 69 is. Of course, we had to do something wacky for episode 69. But yeah, we're gonna.
You'll see it when it happens.
We won't reveal too much at this juncture, but one of a few ideas.
Yeah,
we're
gonna do the new Red album, the new Ninja Sex Party album.
Whatever happens next will be episode 68, and then we're gonna do episode 69, and it'll be great.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, we got a few album reviews. I want to talk about, after Volume 9's concluded, just talk about Ruby as a whole on the podcast. And you guys actually came up with an idea of doing like a tier list of all the games we've played so far, which I'm actually into.
That would be funny,
so,
for sure.
I'm down. So we've actually got a lot cooking for once. We slowed things down a little bit for a while, and now with the new year, we've actually got some stuff cooking again. So
and probably to add on to that, so we've got, obviously we're gonna review the Red album. We're gonna review the new NSP album when those come out. But I also want to do the new Starbomb album, which got confirmed very recently. I want to review that for sure. And I also want to do album. So obviously the Turn to Ash review, that'll be fun. The other one was From Ashes to New has been dropping some singles recently, so I'm assuming they've got an album on the way. We did Panic whenever that was, 2020. So I'm definitely excited if they're releasing another album. I'm hoping it's this year. I definitely want to review that as well.
Fuck yeah, I am down for that. Like I remember hearing Starbomb, and then for some reason my brain was just like, oh yeah, the Ninja Sex Party album's coming out.
Yeah.
Not remembering. Oh yeah, Ninja Sex Party and Starbomb are two different entities.
Yeah,
of course.
One's got Aaron and one doesn't.
Exactly.
Yeah, so because Starbomb, the fourth Starbomb album, it was very like on the fence if it was even going to happen. But I guess they had enough support for it, so they were able to go through with it. I remember hearing a lot of stuff on, like, just on the Game Grumps show, them talking about how they wrote the third Starbomb album. Because, obviously that came out in 2019. That's a big jump from the second album, which was 2014. So they kind of had, I imagine they had some just complications arise between then and, the second album and the third one. But I just remember Aaron and Danny talking about how they were just locked in a room, like basically locked in a studio for like a week, and they just wrote like 8 or 9 songs or whatever it is, along with the little interlude bit songs. So like I imagine that's probably what they did for the fourth one too, like where they just kind of gave themselves a very thin time frame and just wrote as much as they could to see what they would come out with. And I guess they must have liked it enough to go through with it. So I'm very happy another Starbomb album came out, or is coming out. Because I absolutely loved the Triforce. So, surprisingly enough, I think Aaron and Danny they've just been getting better. Like, especially like their sense of musicality. They've just been getting better over the years. So I think the fourth one is going to be fucking awesome. I'm really excited about it.
That's the thing. There's only so many ways you can say a dick joke that everything else will eventually excel to top levels. Because there's only so many ways you can talk about
exactly.
dicks. But
well, that's the thing. They just put those dick jokes into like this awesome fucking their awesome sense of musicality. Like I genuinely think the way Brian and Danny work together is fucking awesome. And then adding Aaron to that mix too with his like great grasp over like video game lore and all that stuff. It's just awesome. I really like I said, I loved the Triforce, so I'm really excited for whatever the fourth album's gonna be. I'm surprised they're even doing it at all. So
yeah, no, because I remember back when, like, I remember a while ago we were like, oh yeah, no, Starbomb.
Yeah, because that's what they said. They originally it was meant to be a 3-album project, and that was just going to be the end of it. So I'm very, very glad they're doing another one. Because it wouldn't have happened if I think the support for the third album hadn't been as well. Like if the third album hadn't been as well received as it was. So very happy about that.
What was your Pokemon album called?
Turn to Ash.
What are you calling this? Oh, Turn to Ash, of course. Thus the earth sunk
exactly.
into ash.
I just sicked big old Lucas Thadu. Is that how you say his name? I don't fucking know. But a while back he agreed to do the album art, so I just sent him a bunch of the details for it. It was like, have at it, sport.
Oh, he's the guy that does the Pokemon art?
You've seen those, like, that shit that looks like official, like official Journey stuff. Like, this guy is fucking incredible. Here, I'll send you some of this stuff. But I DM'd him. I spelled it wrong. But the stuff this guy works on is absolutely indistinguishable from official. Here, I'll send you this. I'll put this link in the chat. How the fuck do I do it? Oh, like this. But like this, he drew this, and obviously this is not official, but it looks like it could be.
Oh.
Yeah, it's indistinguishable.
It does.
It's absolutely indistinguishable, and he makes a bunch of stuff like this. Like if you go through his Twitter, like you'll see a bunch of stuff like just like that. So he so he's doing the artwork for the album artwork for Turn to Ash. So I'm really excited for how it comes out. So that's going to be really cool. I actually drew a very rough sketch of what I mean. Obviously, you can barely make out what Pokemon they are, but I drew a very rough sketch of what I like the layout and everything. So he should have enough materials to work with.
I swear to God, that's a Pikachu. I swear.
Yeah, no, his art is crazy good. So it's very impressive.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, he's like infamous in the in like the Pokemon anime community because of the how accurate his stuff looks. Like he doesn't just draw in the Journey style either. Like he's drawn like Journey's Ash, like Ash and his Journey's outfit in the old style. So it's like he can switch that shit around like fucking, I don't know, whatever switches around. You know what I mean? Like he can do multiple styles. Yeah. It's really impressive.
There you go. That's all we've got planned for today and for the future. I'm glad we're cooking again.
Yes,
I'm cooking a lot individually as well. Cook. So yeah, stay fucking keen, guys.
Let them cook. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big.
What?
3 big balls.
What?
All right. Nothing. Thank you guys so much for listening today to my Japan breakdown. Remember to check out the other video, the skit we did as well, and the video of the clips I'm going to be putting together. And stay tuned for all we've got cooking. Check us out on our Twitter, if Twitter is still alive. SilverStorm100, TrentJam27, and combined Twitter of FireStorm Pod.
Oh my god.
Yeah, let's stay tuned, subscribe, the whole jazz, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.